What's going on, everyone? We'll get started here in just about a minute or two. We're doing Finding Nemo corruptions for the GameCube using the Windows Glitch Harvester bundled with the real-time corruptor. Currently, let me actually check the version number on it. 0.94b. And again, yeah, we'll get started about a minute here or so. Alright, I think we're all ready to go here. There we go, lower down the music. That's from the Pikmin trilogy. First one I believe was New Hope Garden. And this latter one is from Forest of Hope. Oh no, it's still part of New Hope Garden actually. Anyways, we're all ready to go here. We are going to do a bit of real-time corruptions. Off to the left side of the screen you'll see a couple dials and gauges, and I'll explain what all those do in just a few minutes. Off to the right side of the screen, of course, we have an emulation of Finding Nemo. This is my personal copy for the GameCube that I ripped and that I'm using. I also have a couple event listings and notifications here and there. So, starting off, I'm going to start creating a save state, just a location that I'd like to begin corrupting. So we're going to look around for a place for that. That's loud audio. Turn that down just a little bit. We might get a little bit of screeching, so I'm going to turn down the audio a little bit for the stream here. Let's start a new game. And we're going to play Going to School. Now, I don't want to corrupt this intro cinematic just because this is video, and usually corrupting video doesn't work too well. But this is, of course, from the movie. I'm going back to school tomorrow.
Nemo, that's my boy. So, how's the
Okay, and I real quick captured a save state right there, so now we can load that again and again.
That's my boy.
And that's where we're going to begin corrupting. So, now I'm going to pull up the Windows Glitch Harvester, which is on the left side of the screen, and I'm going to start fiddling around with some of these styles. Now, starting off, you do see a couple items already in the stash history here. There's just a little bit of preliminary testing to make sure that the game corrupts all right before I get started. After playing Pokemon Stadium and realizing that there's zero corruption possibility out of that game, from my testing at least, I didn't want to risk that again, so this game corrupts fairly alright. I think we're going to get some good model corruptions, at least in this intro cinematic. So I'm going to go and clear this history out. We don't need to see any of that since we're starting from fresh. And the next thing I'd like to mess with is the intensity. Now, we don't know how intense our corruptions are going to be, or how big the data sizes that we're sending to memory are, so we're just going to keep it with a fairly low intensity. We'll do 60,000. The starting address pertains to exactly where the ROM you like to begin corrupting. Usually if you are right at 0, you may risk crashing the emulator, which we're not going to do quite that. We're gonna go a little bit past that, 800 or 8 million, somewhere around there. This is usually a decent starting place. And we're using the vector engine since we're corrupting just vector objects with an extended limiter list and value list. And now when I hit this blast target button down here at the bottom left, we'll see our first corruption.
That's my boy.
And immediately we see they're pretty, it's a pretty good corruption. I'm gonna take a screenshot here. Not bad. And we're going to keep corrupting it until we find something that we like looking at, so maybe this corruption isn't that interesting in itself, like we do have a little bit of mess up on Nemo, but we might not want to keep that specifically, so we're going to keep hitting the blast target button until we find something that we like.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
And we're seeing a lot of minor effects, so we might want to up the intensity a little bit, which we're going to do here. And we also lower the starting address some more. And do a little bit more.
How's a lucky fit? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Maybe too high of an intensity, but we are seeing some pretty good model corruptions.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy.
A bit lower the intensity down.
How's a lucky fan?
Jesus.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. What? That's my boy. So, how's a luck? That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
A little close.
Watch me swim over.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
He's green. Don't want to keep that. What's going on here? Huh.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Really high
Okay,
FOV.
I'll meet you there. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Luck,
That's my boy.
I'm going to do it half a second later just so you don't have to keep hearing that loud sound over and over again. Let me retarget the save state. And we'll do this one instead, just so it sounds a little bit better.
How's a luck? That's my boy. 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 So,
Oh, there's a fish out there. How about that?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
okay. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
Not seeing anything I like
swim over to
quite
that
yet.
coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Try a little bit more.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Ooh, the last one.
That's my boy.
Okay, I like this one. The guy has no eyes, which is horrifying. But let's see if we can sanitize that a bit.
To that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
So,
Why don't you try to swim through
what we're going to do now is we're going to open that specific save state that we have in memory, which is this one right here. Can we see it? Oh no, this is open. This one right here. The save state creates the effect that we're looking for. So I'm going to open that in our blast editor, which is essentially a breakdown of what your corruption is. It just writes, all the memory writes are put on screen and their source addresses. And all we're doing is we're trying to remove the unnecessary memory writes in order to preserve the corruption that we're looking for.
all those rings of bubbles on the way.
So I'm going to give that a go.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy.
And as long as the corruption persists, we're going to remove the ones that we disable.
Lucky,
That's my boy.
So like, the corruption persists on this one, so I can remove the ones that are disabled. And slowly we're breaking down the blast layer size. Right now it's at 349.
So,
If we do this again, it will break it down to 174.
that's my boy.
And we're starting to remove some of the unnecessary like little tags on everyone and the super long lines going off into infinity.
over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy.
It's still kind of a bad corruption. It's only one memory write, and yet look how messed up it is.
Over to that coral.
So we can send this to our stash.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
And real quick, I gotta grab these characters' names.
To that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Marlin. That was the name I forgot. So we'll say Marlin can't find Nemo.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Why can't he find him?
Watch me swim over
Because his eyes don't work.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why
Okay.
don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles?
So from this point, since we have a sanitized corruption with only a singular memory write, we can break it down a little bit and we can take a look at what's specifically going on at the source address. For example, instead of setting the value 47000 in hexadecimal, we can just send different values to memory. Like I will reroll it now a couple times. After I hit play,
Who's on the way?
reroll plus eject.
That's my boy.
And we're not seeing any kind of new effects on the guy. It's either his eyes are there or is not there. But let's see. It actually looks like we're writing the same value. When we don't write the same value, then we actually don't see the effect we're looking for. Like this one has 3E8, and if we actually load that one,
So, that's my boy.
then his eyes are back. So it's only a very specific sort of value that we're setting to memory that creates this effect that we're looking for. Alright, so with that being said, we can actually move on. We just have the one that we're looking for and no changes to it, and we can corrupt a new one.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Something I would like to do, though.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky?
There we go. Alright, moving on.
Fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy.
I'm gonna bring the starting address down to 0 just to see what goes on down there.
Watch me.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So,
Coral's freaking out in the background.
Lucky. Watch me swim over.
that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Messed up
That's
eyes.
my boy. So,
Upside down and far away. Oh, this one just broke the cinematic. How about that? 1 out of... is that 42? Oh, 3, okay.
now we're ready to go. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my. That's my. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my.
Okay, so one good one right here.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
I like his eyes.
Swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. So, how? That's my boy.
Let's go and sanitize that a bit.
That's my boy. So, 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 how's a luck? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's? That's my boy. So,
We're gonna hear that all night
so,
long.
how's a lucky fan?
God.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
Alright, there's the single memory right. We can send that to our stash.
my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
I just realized why this is messed up.
Swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet
I
you.
made a mistake.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
So,
So,
yeah, there we go. Send that to the stash. Throw this on the stockpile and call it...
Swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through? all
Marlin
those
tries
bubbles on the way?
some coral.
That's my boy.
Okay, and his eyes are actually fixed in this one too. There's no
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that
weird corruption in it. Ooh. That's actually a good family photo right there, though. Let's go ahead and save that one. There we go.
coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. 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 That's my. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky?
Lucky.
Okay, starting fresh, clearing this out,
Okay, I'll meet you there.
changing the starting address a little bit, and raising the
All those
intensity.
rings of bubbles. That's my boy. 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 That's my boy.
You know, there's one back here. This one.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
If it was his side fin, like the actual lucky fin, I would have kept this one, but it's not.
Watch me swim over to that.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky
Look at his
fin?
face.
Lucky,
Let's keep that one.
watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, how's a? That's my boy. So,
With a kind of higher intensity, it can take a while to
how's a lucky
sanitize some of these,
lucky.
just because you have to do
watch
so
me
many
swim
rolls.
over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So,
There we go. Single memory right. Found on the stash and on the stockpile.
how's a lucky fin?
lucky, watch me swim over.
That's my boy.
Reroll.
That's my boy.
Oh god.
How's a lucky fin?
Watch me swim over to that
With that on, so we'll call this clownfish.
Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Oh, so clownfish didn't get
That's my
transferred.
boy.
Let's delete
So,
this one.
How's a lucky fin?
Lucky,
Throw this one on.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
lucky, watch me.
That's my boy.
There we go.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my
That seems to only be slightly affecting the shades of pink, but not really. This is how big his face is.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, moving
how's a
on.
lucky fin?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
Now we can do
fin?
Nemo's face too. Let's do that.
coral.
Okay.
I like to see if I can combine two corruptions together, which I've always had trouble with, where we bring the stash keys together.
How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
I usually have trouble with that on the Windows Glitch Harvester. I have no problems with the real-time corruptor, but
That's my boy. So, how's a
We'll see.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, how's a That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, how That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a luck? That's my boy. So, how's a luck? That's my boy. So, how's a luck? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's that's my boy. So, that's my boy.
there we go. Send that to our stash.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy.
And I'd like to keep this with the other one, so this is also like
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Clownfish, Nemo.
I'll meet you there.
Can we combine these two together?
So, that's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you.
I'm trying to inject
Why don't you
it.
try to swim
I guess I
through
can't
all
inject it
those
into the
bubbles
currently
on
running emulation. I'm trying to figure out how I would load both at the same time, or if that's even possible. Within the Blast Editor, so Blast Editor is a lot more limited than the real-time corruption version of the Blast Editor, because in the real-time corruption version we have the Blast Generator, where you can manually create your own values or you can edit them on the fly. Within the Blast Editor you don't have that possibility. Like I can't edit any of these values, I can only enable or disable them. And unfortunately I can't see a way of combining these two together. Merge selected stockpiles?
So,
Oh yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I want. Okay, so right click, merge selected stockpiles is how we do that.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Alright, so I would like to adjust Clownfish Nemo first though, so let's do that a couple times.
That's my boy. 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 That's my boy.
This one is a really good
That's my
one.
boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch
For Eyes Nemo, I'd like to combine these two together as
Okay, I'll meet you
well.
there. Why don't you? That's my boy. So,
Yeah, these are kind of good in themselves, so let's put these together,
so, how's a lucky fin?
combine them, throw it on the stockpile in one column.
So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those
What's the name
rings
of, like,
bubbles on the way?
there's a movie about, like, masked people. It reminds me of Masks. That's why I'm trying to think of that. I think it's Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. We'll do... Eyes Wide Shut. And we'll delete these two, because we don't need those anymore.
How's a lucky fan?
There's Nemo.
So,
Cool. And we now have a sort of hybrid corruption with both of these going on at the same time.
how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through
Cool.
all those rings
And then
bubbles on the
for
way?
Four Eyes,
That's my boy. So,
Nemo,
how's
and
a lucky fan?
him,
Lucky,
let's put these two together.
So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
There we go.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
What's another weapon tuning for this? Maybe not Four Eyes, maybe, socket.
That's my boy.
Because it reminds me of the eye socket.
How's a lucky? That's my boy. So,
There we go.
that's my boy. So,
Cool. Pretty good results of those. I'm pretty happy with that. We can also still re-roll these, I think, in this sense. Yeah.
that's my.
Just to see further results.
That's my boy.
But we already sanitized them individually and combined them, so there's no need for that.
Watch me swim over.
Alright, clearing history, blasting target, starting fresh.
So, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Oh, there's another Nemo one, so we'll put these together.
How's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy.
You'll see as we sanitize this, we're really quickly removing all of the unnecessary visuals. Before, I was running into trouble with that because the save state that we were targeting actually already had a corruption applied to it, so I loaded our fresh save state, waited a couple seconds and created a new one, and then all these corruptions are being applied to that new one.
My boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a? That's my boy. So, how's? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy.
There we go.
So,
Send it to our stash, throw it on stockpile, and we'll call it
how's a lucky?
Marlin shares his
Swim over
stash.
to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those?
And we'll remove Marlin tries coral. Oh, we need to combine these together, so combine.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over
Marlin
to
shares
that
his stash,
coral.
throw it up
I'll
here,
meet you there. That's my boy.
delete the other two.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Alright, we got 4 corruptions that are not bad, so
I'll meet.
Marlin can't find Nemo because he has no eyes.
How's a lucky fan?
Marlin shares his stash,
So,
eyes wide shut,
so, how's a
and socket.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Alright, this is some decent model corruptions. Let's go ahead and move on, blast a couple more times.
So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
I don't know what that purple bit is.
watch me swim over.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
Oh, his eye started. What was
My
that?
boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay.
Why does it go back?
Why don't you try to swim through all those rings? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
We have to wait a couple seconds until we figure out if it's there or not, but
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky,
That's my
Jeez.
boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky,
almost sanitized. We got 38 left.
So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
So there you go. Single memory right, we can throw it on the stash, throw it on the stockpile, and we'll call it
How's a lucky fan?
lucky, watch me swim.
Marlin's Lazy Eye. And I want to see if we can have a better effect out of that. It only lasts a few seconds, so we're going to try re-rolling it.
My boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim? That's my boy.
It seems to just
How's a lucky fin?
change how fast it happens and how long it is.
So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's kind of subtle. Let's see if we get a little bit larger one.
How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over
Oh,
to
his
that
eye like
coral.
shrunk. Jesus.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's better.
Hey, I'll meet you there.
Marlin's
Why don't you
lazy
try to
eye.
swim through all those rings of
And we'll
bubbles?
delete this previous one.
So,
And we'll start fresh with a new corruption. Blast target.
that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
What's a...
Lucky, watch me swim over to that
It's not clearing the screen away. This one, he looks like he flipped in the air. Or in the water, I guess.
Watch me swim over
He gets really excited about how lucky it
Hey,
is.
I'll meet you there.
Alright, moving on.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Ooh, okay. I kind of want to keep this one. I want all the, like, eye bulging and messing up effects all in one.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Oh, well, this one takes a couple seconds to see it, though, unfortunately.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. What? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why? That's my boy.
82
So,
left.
how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
10 left.
Boy. So,
Almost there.
how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
All the unnecessary little visuals that are attached to this corruption are now gone, luckily.
How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
2 left.
Okay, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't
Alright,
you
there we
try
go.
to-
Single memory right, send it to the stash, throw it on the stockpile, and we'll call it
How's a lucky fin?
Eye Twitch 2.
Watch me swim over to
And now
that
we can
coral.
hopefully combine these two together. Let's do that. Merge stockpiles.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
So Lazy Eye 1,
Watch me swim over
Stretch
to
2.
that coral.
There we go.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, how's a
Delete.
lucky fin?
Delete.
That's my boy.
I'll say
So, that's my boy.
Marlin can't.
How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
I was gonna say more like can't control his eyes. Maybe that's not too descriptive. How about
Those rings of bubbles on the way.
Marlin's Twitch? Alright. And to reroll.
So, how's a lucky fin?
I guess we didn't reroll the second one.
Swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. So,
It might be too late to do
how's
that
a
though.
lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So,
Just making sure the original's still there.
Lucky, watch me swim
Yeah, we're
over
good to go.
that
Alright.
coral.
Starting fresh from the
that's my
top.
boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay.
I kinda like the big head. I wanna see if I can steal that one for the Marlin shares the stash one.
How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
Luckily with this, we don't have to wait like 5 seconds to figure out if the corruption persists or not. We could just real quickly glance at Nemo, see that his head is big, and then move on.
how's a lucky fin? That's my
Makes it
boy.
much faster.
So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So, how's that's my boy. So, how that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin? That's my boy.
There we go.
So,
Big Head
how's a
Nemo.
lucky fin?
Lucky,
Now we'll send that to our stash,
over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fin?
and throw it on the stockpile. We'll call it Big Head Nemo,
That coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
and we'll combine it with Marlin shares the stash.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, How's a lucky fan?
Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Marlin shares
Lucky fan.
his stash.
Swim over to that coral.
There's the new one, and delete these two.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Also says shares wrong.
That's my boy.
Marlin
How's a
shares
lucky fan?
his stash. Alright.
That's my boy.
Alright, moving on. Flesh from the top.
That's my boy.
Something we forgot to do again was to re-roll this one.
So, that's my boy.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what?
Watch me swim over to
Let's keep that. That's actually a lot funnier. Look at his tiny
That's my
head.
boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
I think I'm really happy with this top
That's
one.
my boy.
No, it's a couple down.
That's my boy.
That one.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
And he stays like that in the game. Don't worry, Hammerhead Shark Nemo. Won't be any problem to hit those bubbles. That was... which one was that?
That's my boy.
This one here, I'm gonna throw this on the stockpile and call
How's a
it.
lucky fan?
Marlin shares his stash.
Over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
There we go.
That's my boy.
And remove this one.
So, how's a lucky? That's my boy.
Okay. Awesome. Now we're moving on. Blasting target.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Can we re-roll this one to get like a...
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
It's not even his head, it's his body.
Coral.
Okay, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
Okay, I kind of want to keep this one. He looks
Okay,
anorexic.
why don't you try to swim? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
He looks so disfigured. Jesus. Poor Nemo.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy.
There we go.
So,
Send it to the stash.
that's my boy. So,
And we'll throw it on the stockpile, call it...
Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
We'll call it Cut Your Soda Can Rings. Because it looks like he's had a soda can ring around him.
My boy.
And I'm curious what this looks like when we combine it with the stash one. So let's throw those two together.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that
Normally it looks like
My
this.
boy. So,
I kind of want to keep those two together. They're not bad. It just kind of adds to the effect.
so, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
So it's this one here.
My boy. So,
Yeah.
how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you. That's my boy. So,
There we go.
how's a lucky fan?
Alright.
Lucky.
And then Cut Your Soda Can Rings. We'll see if we have to add more to that. Maybe if there's any more disfigurement, we can add that on top of this.
That coral.
Okay, I'll meet
That sounds awful. If there's any more disfigurement.
Lucky.
Hopefully
my
not.
boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy.
It's like every piece of his torso segmented.
So, that's my boy.
Because it looks like it is.
So,
This is like the middle back region.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there.
Well, we'll
Why
do
don't
this
you
one
try-
too.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
Okay, there we go. Pretty good one. Send it to the stash.
my boy. So, how's
And we'll see where this fits in, so we'll call this...
Over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
I can't name
Why
it
don't
that.
you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the
Large
way?
Nemo.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
I'm curious how that would look with this.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me.
Now that doesn't really add to the effect. And the other one was...
That's
Well,
my boy. So, that's my boy.
we could try it with Shares the Stash.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
No, I don't want those two together.
That's my boy. So,
Alright, I think we're ready to move on. We'll see...
lucky fan.
Lucky.
While I like this one, I don't really see anywhere to put it.
Hey, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
We'll leave it here, like, maybe we'll put
I'll meet you there.
2
Why don't you try to
cuts.
swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
To modify a large Nemo.
So, how's a lucky
Because I don't
fan?
like it in its current state. We can try re-rolling it, actually. I didn't consider that.
That's my boy. 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 That's my boy.
Wait.
So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim.
I'm waiting for, like, one that
Okay.
gets really small.
So, that's my boy.
I'm not seeing it.
That's my boy. 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 That's my that's my that's my that's my that's my boy.
No, I don't think we're gonna get lucky. Alright,
How's a lucky fan?
we'll leave that to modify. Moving on.
That's my boy.
This is a fresh corruption now.
Lucky fan.
Lucky.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Oh, look at those eyes.
Watch me
Jesus.
swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. 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 So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Long
I'll
Nemo.
meet you there. Why don't you try to That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
You know, I'm
fan?
curious, what does this look like in-game and stuff like that? Well, let's try keeping
How's
it.
a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a that's my boy. So,
I think we might be able to combine this with the large Nemo.
how's a lucky that's my boy. So, how's that's my boy. So, how's a that's my boy. So, how's a lucky that's my boy. So, how that's my boy. So, how's a that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky that's my boy. So, 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 how's a lucky
There we go, send it to our stash.
that's my boy. So,
Do it on the stockpile.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
We'll call this Ideal Fish Body. Let's try re-rolling it.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah, I thought we might get a really skinny one like this.
So,
Whereas eyes just, they don't quite look right.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try? That's my boy.
I want to throw this on
How's a lucky fan?
to modify. See if this looks good with any of the other ones, like maybe these two.
So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That kind of looks nice. I like these two together. Let's
Okay, I'll meet
throw
you
this
there.
on
That's my boy.
as
So, how's a lucky
cut
fan?
your soda can lens.
Watch me swim over
So
to that
the
coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Can
Why don't you try to
rings.
swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy.
Has more of a, like an eye bulge effect. It looks like he's been, you know, the two ends have been separated.
To that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Why don't you?
And let's see, does this fit in with any other one?
Lucky fan. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim.
That's my boy.
Nah, I don't really like that one.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
As opposed to
That's
this.
my boy.
Nah, I like the kind of squinty eyes for this.
That's my boy.
How about
So, that's my boy.
these two?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Watch me swim over to that
Yeah, let's do these two together too.
Why don't you? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Look.
That's my boy.
I think, yeah, that's pretty good.
So, How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. That's my boy. So.
Oh, I want to see if these two would fit together at all.
That's my boy. So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll meet you. That's my boy.
Not really.
So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky,
That's my boy. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay.
We're not going to remove this one.
How's a lucky fin?
Look,
That's my boy. So. How's a lucky? That's my boy. So. How's a lucky?
Oh,
fin?
you can see his face still.
watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the
Also
way?
try that one. We're gonna try these two together.
That's my boy. So.
Nope,
How's
don't
a
like
lucky
that.
fin? That's my boy. So. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Oh, that didn't work right.
How's a lucky? That's my boy. That's my boy. So. That's my boy. 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 So. That's my boy. So. How's a? That's my boy. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to
That's my boy. So.
Okay, well, we're gonna remove this one. I don't think we really need it.
So. How's a lucky fin?
We have ideal fish body, and let's put these two together.
That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim
Yeah, I like
over
these two
to
together.
that coral.
Merge selected,
That's my boy.
put it on as
So.
ideal fish body.
Lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that
We'll delete this one
So.
and this one.
That's my boy. So. How's a lucky? That's my
There we
boy.
go. We'll rename this to modify
Watch me swim over to that
ideal
coral.
fish body.
Okay, I'll meet you. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim
And I want to see this in gameplay. It's so terrible looking. It looks like a sword. This is where Darwin failed us. Just breathe the air, Nemo. Bring it into this. Alright. Moving on, fresh one.
That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy.
Oh, wait a minute.
So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim
Oh, if only it would take off.
Okay.
Just
that's my
leave.
boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So. How's a lucky? That's my boy. So.
I kind of like the coloration on this. I want to almost throw this with something.
So. How's
Let's
a
do
lucky
that.
fin?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So. How's a lucky?
Add a little bit of
That's my
spice to our
boy.
corruptions.
So. That's my boy. So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So. How's a lucky? That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
This is just purely aesthetic, just to touch up the existing corruptions we already have.
lucky,
That's my boy. So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
lucky, watch me swim
So
over
I
to
think this would look good with, since we don't have a lot for Marlin's Twitch, let's add it to that.
So. How's a That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you.
You know, it
there.
just kind of adds more to something you already have.
All those rings of bubbles on the way.
More stuff to pay attention to, you know? We'll put that with Marlin's Twitch.
So. How's a lucky fin? That's my boy.
There we go.
So.
Golden Nemo, let's see if we can reroll it.
That's my boy. That's my.
Nope, only gold it looks like.
So. How's a lucky?
I just got a
How's a lucky?
warning that
Watch me swim
the
over
glitch harvester ran into a,
I'll meet you there.
you know, exception, so I shouldn't
All those rings of bubbles on
click
the
so
way.
fast. I'm gonna quickly save the stockpile, just make sure we don't lose it. So I'm gonna real quick name this Nemo stockpile. Alright. And let's see what we got so far. Can we combine Gold Nemo with anything else? Maybe,
That's my boy.
I kinda wanna put everything with the stash one.
So. How's a lucky fin?
But no, I don't think we really need to.
Boy. So. That's my boy.
How about these two together?
So. That's my boy. So. How's a lucky fin?
Lucky,
Yeah,
watch me
why not?
That's my boy.
Marlin can't find Nemo.
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you. That's my boy.
There we go, those are combined now.
How's a lucky
So Marlin can't find Nemo because he has no eyes.
How's a lucky?
Marlin shares a stash with Nemo.
How's a lucky fan?
Eyes wide shut.
So, that's my boy. So,
Socket.
how's a lucky fan?
Marlin's
That's my
twitch.
boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that.
That's my boy.
Cut your soda rings.
So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
Ideal fish body, we're still modifying this one, and Gold Nemo we're actually going to remove since that isn't interesting on its own. We've been adding it to the ones that we've already seen.
Over to that coral.
Now we're going to look for another effect to add. We're going to blast target a couple times so we find something we like. And I actually like the green on top of Marlin's fins, so let's actually take that as well.
That's my boy. So,
We're going to sanitize this a bit just so we can get that effect.
that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's
We're
a
down
lucky
to
fan?
39 memory rights.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
10
That's
memory
my
rights.
boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a
There we
lucky
go,
fan?
single memory right. Throw it on the stash. We'll call it
So, how's a lucky fan?
Marlin's green. And immediately I want to put that with Marlin shares a stash.
That's my boy.
So we'll throw that on.
So,
Marlin shares
Lucky,
his stash.
watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there.
Remove the old one.
My boy. So,
And do we want to put this with anything else?
that's my boy.
I think we can mix these two together.
That's my boy. So,
Yeah.
how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim
Ah,
over to
not really a purpose to it though.
That's my boy.
We can do it with Marlin's Twitch. These two could fit together.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
Marlin's Twitch.
how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
There we go.
So,
Now they both have sort of color effects, which is something else to look at other than just nothing, really.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
I realize this is getting in the way. Let's hide that for a sec. Alright. Moving on, we're gonna re-roll Marlin's green.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So,
No new effect out of it.
so,
So we're going to move on now. Clear history, blast target.
that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy.
Also, Jesus.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky?
I'm just gonna put that there.
Lucky fan.
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim?
Choo, okay. Reroll.
That's my boy. So,
I don't know what that was.
that's my boy.
Jesus.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy.
Also, was that a really tiny
That's
Nemo?
my boy. So,
No, I think it's just a camera effect.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay,
Let's
I'll meet
make
you
sure
there.
though.
What? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
Yeah, it does appear to be.
Lucky,
Why does he stretch when he moves?
why don't you try to swim through?
Okay, I want to keep that effect.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky,
That's my boy.
Marlin's very
So,
expressive.
how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
luck,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So,
I think I need to keep the.
hey, I'll meet you there.
His face is killing me.
My boy. So,
So, his face gets a little bit bigger. So,
over to that coral.
I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
okay, it
fan?
looks like these two effects are separate. Oh no, never mind.
How's a lucky fan?
lucky,
That's my boy.
Maybe it's something to do with like where the camera's positioned. It's how
watch me swim
expressive his face is,
So, how's a lucky fan?
or it's relative to the camera or something like that. Anyways, insane effect.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy.
There we go. Single memory, right?
How's a lucky fan?
Throw it on the stash.
That's my boy.
We'll call it
How's a lucky fan?
Marlin is
Lucky,
expressive.
watch me swim over to that coral.
How about, no, maybe that's not too descriptive.
Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Marlin is Italian.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
Why do I want to get
watch me
that?
swim over
That's
to
probably a
that
stereotype. Like, they're kind of expressive with their hands. That's an awful stereotype that I shouldn't enforce. How about,
How's a lucky fan?
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
there we go, much better. Just to clarify.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that
And can we combine anything we already got with this?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
No, I don't really want to draw a
Boy.
point to it being,
That's my boy.
that.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
I also haven't seen gameplay yet. Is it still, yeah, it's still kind of super zoomed out. Also, there's a thing down here. What's that thing? I want the thing. Okay, without the second effect. Do we always kind of just... Yeah, we do kind of zoom in and out with Nemo. So that's also interesting. Alright. We're gonna reroll that now to see if we can get more expressive.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
Wow, this is a single memory we're rerolling and it's breaking the game.
so,
Oh! I don't know what that fish was.
that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah, we just got so lucky with that random effect.
My boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. 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 So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles
Okay,
on the way?
moving on. We're gonna blast target with a new one.
So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to
Why did his face freak out? It's spin in place. Let's keep
Why don't you
that.
try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way? That's my
We can
boy.
combine that with Marlin's Twitch.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
It spins in place. Oh my god.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
There we go. One effect. Send it to the stash. Throw it on the stockpile. Call it
How's a lucky fan?
head switch.
Lucky, watch me swim over to that.
Combine it with
Okay, I'll meet you
the
there. Why don't you try to?
Marlin's Twitch.
How's a lucky?
So these two.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
We're selected.
That's my boy.
Throw
That's
it.
my boy.
There we go.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
I love it. Real quick, I want to make sure if we reroll head Twitch, we won't get anything else out of it.
How's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Nope, it's mostly the same. So we're gonna put these two together now, merge, throw on stockpile, and call it Marlin's
How's a
Twitch.
lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
There we go. Replace the old one.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Replace head Twitch.
That's my boy. So,
I don't think we can add this to anything else.
Lucky, watch me swim.
that's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim
These two
over to
kinda
that coral.
seem nice
I'll
together.
meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's the missing eye thing.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Marlin can't find
Hey,
Nemo.
I'll meet you there. Why don't... That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Oh
That's
man,
my boy.
we're gonna remove head Twitch and start fresh.
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
There's another eye twitch we don't really
That's my
need.
boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. What?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Luck.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Ooh, okay. Keeping that coloration. That's a nice effect.
That's my boy.
Probably the pink and the red are two separate effects, but we'll see.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
I think we can combine this with Marlon hides his stash. Or shares his stash.
that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
I don't know, they're the same coloration. So I think Marlon shares his stash already has one coloration effect, so we'll see if it overwrites it or how it treats it.
That's my boy. So,
Alright,
how's a lucky?
seal memory right, throw it on the stash.
So, how's a lucky fan?
We'll call it
Lucky. Watch me swim
pink and
over
red
to
color.
that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
And we'll try combining it with Marlon shares his stash.
That's my boy.
Okay, so it does overwrite it.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that
Yeah.
coral.
Is that better than this though? Yeah, I think it is.
How's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
So merge those, throw it on the stockpile. Marlon shares his stash. It just adds a little more interest. Like before, it wasn't
Okay, I'll meet you there.
too
Why
good.
don't you try to swim through all
The
those-
more we add,
That's my boy.
it looks a little bit better in the end.
That's my boy.
I don't think we can add this to anything else though, so we're just gonna remove it from now.
Watch me swim over to that
Cool
coral.
history, blast target.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. What?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Oh wait, these can usually be funny if I can get the face to be smaller. Closer to the face, but still a little extended.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Oh, there's a good one.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over
Yes, okay, let's save that.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim
That's
through-
eerie and creepy.
So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
Look at the
fan?
talk.
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Luck.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy.
There we go, single memory right, throw it on the stash, throw it on the stockpile, and we'll call it
How's a lucky fan?
face flat.
Watch me swim over to that
Can we combine this with
Meet you
anything?
there. That's my boy.
Of course, these would do.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
No, that just ruins the effect.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So,
Oh, we don't need Marlon's green anymore, we can remove that one.
how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Polar opposites. Let's keep this together.
Swim through all those. That's my boy.
Call this
So, how's a
ideal fish body.
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet.
I think it's still to modify, we still need to add stuff to this.
How's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy.
Anything else we can add this to?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
No,
That's my
maybe...
boy. So,
I don't like the eyes floating, unfortunately.
Lucky. Watch me
So I think
swim
we'll leave
over
it
to that
there.
coral.
Let's remove item and do a fresh one now.
try to swim through all. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my
Ooh,
boy.
I saw something like this earlier. I was curious.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
There's almost like a perfect moment I want to capture.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
There it is.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles
Okay.
on the way?
No, I don't think we want to keep this because it's not
My boy.
too interesting.
That's my boy. So,
How about that bottom one?
that's my boy. So,
Only half of the screen actually updates.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Is that really legit?
so, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay,
That's kind of interesting. So yeah, only the top half, bottom half updates. The top half does not update. So maybe if we go up here, we'll have to get rid of all the sort of breaking effects. I'm curious what happens when we sanitize this, so let's give that a go.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Look,
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Look,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
look,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky. Watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
There we go.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Single memory, right? Throw it on the stash, and I'm trying to think of what to call this. Maybe we can call it like 50-50?
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Oh man, the image just burns into this though. Like here, let's start fresh.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to
Right
that
there,
coral.
Nemo's face like burns into the top of the screen.
Swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way.
This. Alright, moving on. So can we swim up here? It's only the cinematic. Oh no, it says two. Let's switch to the second cinematic, which is right over here.
Oh, so you didn't go through all the rings. It's okay. I don't think you should go to school this year anyway.
I will try harder. Honest, Dad.
We'll call it 50-50.
Okay. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. So,
And we're gonna reroll this some more.
that's my boy. So,
I think I like that better. Gets rid of the black line.
that's my boy. So,
Oh no, this keeps both actually.
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings
That's
of
also
bubbles on
horrifying.
the way?
I kind of want to keep both.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Can we? I mean, should we keep this? I don't know if we should, because then you can't even play it after a couple seconds. Like this is just unplayable now. However, this one, 50-50, you can actually play this if we fast forward a little bit. All the images are burnt in the screen, but you can play it down here, no problem, and you can kind of still update things. I think I prefer this, so let's actually get rid of Broken GIF. I don't care for this too much.
How's a lucky fan?
All right, and I'm happy with that. Let's move on.
To that coral.
Okay.
Well, let's re-roll a couple more times.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a
This one's 50-50 on the other end, so this is the top 50%. But the bottom end doesn't seem to update as frequently as the top, so I kind of like the other one better.
go through all the
Alright, moving on. Blast target, fresh one.
So, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
No, we've been just getting so lucky with this,
How's a lucky fan?
oh, he's a little late.
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll
There's an audio desync, that's kind of interesting. Let's
my boy. So,
keep this one.
lucky fan. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So,
Oh, mess up on that one.
Lucky.
Went a little too fast.
Swim over to that.
that's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky?
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky
Lucky
fin?
fan. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So,
There we go. Single memory right. Throw it on the stash.
that's my boy. So,
Throw it on the stockpile and call it.
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
English sub?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't
Well,
you
this is
try
English dub, I guess.
all those rings of bubbles on the way?
English dub. Reroll.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
This is like way off.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Okay, I'm happy with our results. Let's move on to the last target.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's my boy. So, that's my
No.
boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
That's an effect I was looking for.
So, how's
Let's
a
save
lucky
this
fan?
one.
lucky, watch me swim
He still
over
blinks. Why do fish need to blink?
So, how's a lucky fan?
I think they blink underwater, like they have like little translucent eyelids, but
So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So,
why would they put that in the
how's a
movie?
lucky fan?
Lucky,
That's
I guess
my
they have to
boy.
look normal.
So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
lucky,
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my boy. So,
I don't know what's going on here because he still has like eyes that have like pupils, but they're inverted and
that's
translucent.
my boy. So, how's a lucky? That's my
I don't know
boy.
what's going on there.
How's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Oh, it's just the sheen on his eye. It's like a lighting
That's my
effect.
boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So,
There. Single memory. Throw it on the stash.
so,
Throw it on the stockpile. We'll call it
watch me swim
Nemo
over
Can't
to
See.
that coral.
okay, I'll meet you there.
And I think I want to combine just these two.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Yep.
Okay.
That is what I want.
That's my boy. So,
Marlin
lucky fan?
can't find Nemo.
Watch me swim over to that
What's
coral.
going on in here? Some interesting. This is corrupting so well. I'm happy with these results. Here, I'll take a good picture of what's going on here. Let me find it. This is what's going on here. Demonic eyes. Honestly, you're not wrong. Let me put that right there. Anyway, let me switch back here. So we have a lot of good ones so far. I'm gonna remove this one.
so,
Oh, but that's right. We wanted the kind of eye effects.
so,
Shoot. So maybe let's not do this one. Let's keep can't see as a separate one.
how's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim
We'll put it up here. Maybe we'll combine it with a couple other things. We also have Marlin shares his stash
How's a lucky fan?
to his son Nemo.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Underage. Shake my head.
Meet you there. That's my boy.
We have Eyes Wide Shut.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
That's actually extremely similar to this one. Let's put these two together.
So,
Nah,
how's a lucky fan? That's my boy.
I'll keep them separate. Then we have Socket.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that
We have Marlin's Twitch.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
I love the little head roll.
to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Cut Your Soda Rings, which I still need to improve, but it looks like Nemo has like some of like
Watch me swim over
pinching in the middle of his torso.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't
Ideal Fish Body.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky,
Which one is your ideal fish body? The one on the right or the one on the left?
Okay, I'll meet you there.
I think for aerodynamic reasons, I'll take the one on the left, but Marlin's pretty good looking. Look at this, he looks like a sword. He could fight.
Good job. Now we're ready to go to school.
Good job.
Remember, you
Oh
can
my
speed
god.
up by pressing the
Left,
button.
yeah, that's what I think. We have this one, real quick, precursor. This is, I think, my favorite one of the pack. Marlin's Italian expressions.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Look at his face.
swim over to that coral.
Just the
That's my boy.
so.
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll
Anyway,
meet you there.
then we have 50-50,
So,
where the top half of the screen keeps not overwriting itself,
okay, I'll meet you
and the
there.
bottom half keeps
Why don't you try
updating.
to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
You can see like Nemo screaming at the top left in pain. He just wants to be erased, but he can't be.
Nemo, so you didn't go through all the rings.
And then lastly, English dubbed, which is just an audio desync.
How's a lucky fan?
Lucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Reminds me of those old like
Try to swim through all those rings of
Japanese
bubbles
movies
on
where
the way.
the audio would be all desynced and the mouths wouldn't match up with the talking. Alright, so moving on, we're going to clear our history and start fresh from the top.
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky
Got missing
fan?
eyes again.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So,
Upside down, we haven't seen that yet.
fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
Got a gigantic
Watch me swim over to
Nemo. I think I want to keep that one. Let's see if we can add that to our aerodynamic
That's my
Nemo.
boy. So, how's the lucky
Maybe.
fan? That's my boy.
We'll find another use
So,
for it.
How's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's the lucky? That's my boy. So, how's the lucky? That's my boy. So, how's the? That's my boy. So, how's the? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's the lucky? That's my boy. So,
There we go. Send it to our stash. And let's try combining this with
how's
something.
the lucky fan?
Large body Nemo.
over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
We can try it with...
That's my boy. So,
No, I want to keep this on the same.
so, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So,
How about...
how's the lucky fan? That's my boy.
Well, let's
So,
switch. We can try these two together.
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that
Nah.
coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
That's a good look. Yeah, I think so. Let's do ideal fish body. Try these two together.
That's my boy. So,
Yeah, now he's even more of a sword than before.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Oh, that's too large though. I don't like that. That's too gangly. Let's try re-rolling it to get a smaller shape to him.
that's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my
It only gets larger.
That's my that's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim
Is it just the back of him? Did this like...
That's my boy.
Oh, it is the back of him. So this one is like flat. It's so small.
Lucky.
Small body Nemo.
Coral.
Let's try that with this.
That's my boy. So, how's the
Yeah, it just has a really tiny back fin. Yeah, I like that. Let's throw those together.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Ideal fish body.
How's the lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy.
There we go. Delete these two.
That's my boy. So, that's my boy.
And let's move on. Clear history, blast target.
That's my boy. So,
Oh, we got a... Yeah, I wanted this. So we can do this one with the stash one as well.
that's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me.
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky? That's my boy. So,
I think all the same effects that we can do to Marlin, we can do to Nemo or vice versa, which is kind of nice.
how's the lucky? That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's the lucky? That's my boy. So, how's the lucky? That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
There we go. Single memory right. Throw on the stash. We'll call it
So, how's the lucky fan?
Pink Nemo.
Watch me swim
And we'll combine it with these two.
That's my boy.
Perfect. Now they match.
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's my boy. So,
Marlin shares his stash. Throw it up here at the top.
okay, I'll meet you there.
Delete the old one. Remove item.
So,
Can we add this to anything else?
so, how's the lucky
We
fan?
can do English stuff maybe.
So,
Try these two together.
so, how's the lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim
Yeah.
over to that coral.
Okay.
That kind of fits because they look different and it's like supposed to be a different shell.
How's the
We'll
lucky
do this English dubbed.
Lucky. Watch me swim over to...
That's my boy.
Remove Pink Nemo and English dubbed and move on.
How's the lucky? That's my boy.
Fresh corruption.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
Uncomfortably close.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Do we want to keep this? I mean, it's kind of funny.
All those rings of bubbles.
Let's see if we can make it a little bit cleaner so we can get an idea of what the effect looks like.
Lucky. Watch...
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan?
Lucky.
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy.
Who voiced Marlin?
How's the lucky fan?
Who voiced Marlin?
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Albert Brooks, okay.
I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
That's not so bad. Alright.
That's my boy. So, how's the lucky fan? That's my boy. So, That's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
We need to do a different section of this game. We are so caught up on this beginning end.
So, how's a that's my boy. So, how's a that's my boy. So, how's a lucky
So there's a single memory, right? I'm unsure if I want to keep this. We'll call this personal space.
Bucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Can we combine it with anything else?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky
These two combine?
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Bucky, watch me swim
Nah.
over to that coral.
I like the original Marlon's Italian expressions.
So, how's a lucky fan?
How about
That's my boy.
these two?
That's my boy. So,
No.
how's a that's my boy.
Runs Twitch, nah. It's kind of too close. Let's try re-rolling it. Maybe we can back it up a bit.
So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. So, that's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Bucky, watch me swim
That was kinda
over to
better.
that coral.
Unicorn? That's right, he was a unicorn.
Why don't you-
I didn't even point that out.
That's my
These
boy.
two.
That's my boy.
Look at that unicorn.
How's a lucky fan?
Bucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Alright.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Bucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
Not what I expected.
Why don't you try to swim
Do I want to keep this one?
That's my boy. So,
I don't even know what to call this.
Bucky, watch me swim
He kind of looks like a stingray, and I don't know what's wrong with Nemo.
why don't you try to swim through all those rings of bubbles on the way?
Stingray.
That's my boy.
We'll remove this one.
How's a lucky fan?
Do you want to keep Stingray though? I feel like we need something else with
How's a
it.
lucky? That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan? That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Bucky,
That's my boy.
Also, we need to delete.
So, how's a lucky fan?
We didn't want these two together, as I remember. I don't really want to keep Nemo Can't See either. It's not too interesting in itself.
Bucky, watch me swim over to that coral.
That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Bucky, watch me
Okay.
swim over.
You know what? I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and move on.
So, how's a lucky
Let
fan?
me create a backup of my save state. I want to make sure I don't lose that by accident. I'm going to be editing save states now.
Try to swim through all
Just
those
be sure we don't lose that. We are in Dolphin Nary's mod. Sis. Also, good to see you, Z. How are you? I don't think I said hello. I was in the middle of showing one. But good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Save states. And I'm going to make a backup of number 2. Put it on my desktop or something like that. Alright. We are going to do this as normal. No problem, sir. Well, I appreciate it, sir. There we go. Got those 3. And let's create a save state right here.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Now,
Let's do one there.
ready to go to school. Follow me, and remember you can speed up by pressing the move button.
Okay, so...
No, Dad.
Oh, he sounds so angry.
Trying to swim through all the rings.
Yeah, let's go.
This next one, I do want to crop this part too. I don't know how well the results on this will be, because I think the cinematics are be much more interesting, but we'll try this as well in a sec. First off, I just want to do... Oh, why not? Let's do this.
Now we're ready to go to school. Follow me, and remember you can speed up by pressing the move button.
I will, Dad.
And keep trying to swim through all rings.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we'll try that one a little bit later. First, I want to do this other save state. Oh, luckily I saved the stockpile. I forgot. Ooh, that made me worry for a sec. So if you switch save states, it automatically wipes out your stockpile, unfortunately. So we have Nemo's stockpile.
Now we're ready to go to school. Follow me, and remember you can speed up.
Yeah,
by
we...
pressing the
When was the
move
last time we saved it?
I will.
Not for a while.
button. Keep trying to swim through all the rings. Now we're
It's also in the wrong save state.
Now we're ready to go to school. Follow me, and remember you can speed up by pressing the move button.
I will, Dad.
Yeah, so I don't think that's saved, unfortunately. Which is too bad. I mean, shoot. That happens a lot of the time, though. If you forget to save it and you switch save states, it deletes that stockpile, which is very unfortunate, but that's alright. So, we were going to, I guess, do a new stockpile now. Do a new one for this.
Now we're ready to
We'll find some more interesting effects.
Now Now we're ready to go. Now we're ready. Now we're ready to go. Now we're ready.
Well, let's just do some gameplay, I guess.
Ready to go to school.
Yeah.
Follow me and remember you can speed up by
Okay,
pressing the move
so there's user, I'm gonna say the third save state here,
Swim through all the rings.
and we'll try blasting this turret. And we'll only see the back of them, so we might not get too many interesting results here either. How long have I been shooting for? An hour and a half. Ooh, God. Stop that. I am bummed out that I lost that stockpile, actually. Because we had a lot of good ones there. But only got about half here, unfortunately.
Now
Awful.
we're ready to go to school. Follow me and remember you
These
can
are
speed
safe
up by
states.
pressing the move
I will, Dad.
and keep trying to swim through all the rings.
2.
Yeah, let's go.
Load. Desktop. Little stockpile. Alright. We broke it. No, that's alright.
That's my boy.
And we got some of them still here.
So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky.
We just gotta start fresh again.
Over to-
Eyes wide shut. Socket. Marlon's Twitch. Oh, we lost the Italian one. No, that one was such a good one. Nemo's going to give you nightmares. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sad I lost that Italian one. Shoot, I gotta save it more often. That's what I gotta remember to do.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Why don't you try to swim through all those
Yeah, oh well.
obstacles on the way?
Alright, starting from the top.
That's my boy. 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 That's my. That's my. That's my boy. That's my. That's my boy. 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 So, how's a lucky fan?
Lucky. Watch me swim over to that coral.
This one might be good if we can adjust the face size.
That's my boy. That's my boy. So, how's a lucky fan?
Eh.
Lucky.
Nah.
Watch me swim.
That's my boy. 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 That's my boy.
This one he's facing the wrong direction. Or no, his face is like
How's a lucky fan?
tiny.
Watch me swim over to that coral.
Like a pancake face.
That's my boy. 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 So.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't think we're gonna get that back.
Over to that coral.
I think I'm gonna call it there then. We have a fairly small stockpile. I haven't been uploading them lately anyways, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But hey, we had a good first couple corruptions prior to losing that stockpile. At least they're in the video. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch scenes here. So we're going to pause it up here. Hour and a half, not too long of a stream, but not too bad of one either. And we'll cue up some music. Sad day, right? It's still in the video, so we can still clip those out. That's just too bad I lost that. The good thing is, I mean, since I save my videos, or since I open the blast editor within the videos, I could just find the source addresses and like copy them over, and the memory rights. I'm not sure exactly how to do that, but it's a perfect time to learn about that. So every time you like modify a value in the stash history or in the blast editor, you give it a source address and a value associated with it. And we were doing that live on stream. I still have that save state selected or that save state saved. So all I need to do is just go back and recreate the ones that we had, which can take a little bit of time, but I don't think it's too much of an issue. So I'll just do that in the background. I won't worry about doing that on stream. It would take way too long to do that. I'd have to learn how to do it first. But I'm pretty happy with this. I don't think I'll revisit Nemo unless I get some save states for it, because usually I have to play the game in order to get more save states later on, and I don't know how long I would actually want to play the game for itself. Although I was happy with the faces we had off the bat. But yeah, I don't know when I'm streaming tomorrow. I was happy to do GameCube corruptions again. I've been trying to do more real-time corruptions for the NES and SNES, but I'm having trouble finding games that I either have played before, because I want to at least have a game that I've played before in the past when I corrupt it, so I have an idea of what I'm doing and what looks normal. But I'm running out of those options, and I'm having to start moving towards games where I at least need to play them a little bit first before I start corrupting, and that can take some time to do, so, you know, I'm figuring that out. Anyways, let's locate someone to host. We're gonna host someone in Retro today. And it may take me a minute here to find someone, but once we do, we're willing to swap over. Retro for life. True that. Retro category is awesome. I love the retro category. Very good community, very good people. I'm gonna go host, I think I'm gonna host Sky Coaster. I haven't shown him some love in a while. Sky Coaster Man is a guy who does retro streams as well. He does some classics on classic hardware. Awesome guy. He also does some emulation as well, but I believe he does classic hardware. And I highly recommend him. Great streamer. So we're gonna host that guy. He's doing R-Type right now. So we're gonna swap over there. Tomorrow, I'll see if I do more GameCube corruptions. It might be GameCube or RTC. Either way, we'll probably be streaming tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys then. Thank you for everyone who was able to stop by. Good seeing you, Z. Have a good one, everyone.